Hi. So some days I'm early and some days I'm late. Today I'm late. What's up, Connor? I'm still pretty under the weather. Today was a very slow fucking start for not just this, but for a lot of stuff. On the bright side, I was able to fix some bugs with the AI, so that's cool. I fixed the double expansion stuff. I started to convert the red Terran AI to the new system. That should be fixed now, Veek. Thanks for letting me know. YouTube really likes to just randomly change that shit. Iquore's still looking into the Vorvaling morph bug. If we can fix that before he goes to bed today, which is in like a half an hour now, that would be great. I would be able to actually release this map when I'm done with the AI. But there's not really much of a rush there. And even if I end up releasing the map, it still is missing some other bug fixes, like the pre-placed creep colony hatchery stuff needs to be done. I'm sick. That's what happened to my voice. That's why I'm late. It's been like this for a few days now. I'm just trying out a new voice. Okay, it's my new one. We'll see if we get anywhere by stabilizing the priorities of stuff. Making them a little bit more intelligent. I do need to implement new attacks, new defenses, and new build priorities. But I don't think I actually have to change the build threads. I do have to decide if I want to add the same sort of priority stuff that I had going on in the other expansions, where they would, based on their money, they would build more production structures. I mean, that's a safer bet anyway. But I think the Terrans are definitely the most functional of all of the AIs right now, so may not be necessary. Or it may be something that I just add in later as an update. It basically, so here, I'll show you. So it adds the quantity you specify of the unit you specify based on the number of other units you're specifying. So for every hatchery and lair, it will add 6 Zerglings in this case. It's basically a way to automate the system of the resource-based system that we had a really lengthy aspect to it, where it would be scanning through every single potential number of production structures that you could have. This one automates that process. Now, I also think that there should be an extra field that's optional for adding or like checking for resources or something, so that would also be built in algorithmically or automatically. It would be something like, you know, add 6 for every hatchery and for every 300 minerals you have or something. But it at least does the quantity based on number of production structures part, which is good because this is arbitrary and dynamic. It doesn't require you to have a pre-built system where you know exactly how many production structures you have. It allows you to use the add build command to thus create a large number of production structures, maybe like upwards of 20 or 30 production structures that you didn't explicitly request in order. You just added until it got to that level. And this will always match the number of production structures you have with an appropriate amount of units. So it works out pretty well. I mean, you probably missed the show that was on yesterday. But suffice it to say, we have some pretty high unit counts. I didn't really save too many of them, but there was a few that were insane. Like, you see stuff like this. It rounds down to the nearest whole number, so it would be 0 if there was no layer. Well, it rounds down from 0.5. I think if it's like 0.75, it rounds up, but I'm not sure about that. Maybe it always rounds down. Oh, it wasn't my doing that made the command. iQuare came up with it, but if you have any ideas for improving the command in general, let me know. One thing that I think would be really useful is if we could get a flag or something in attack add relative that would queue the units. Or maybe we could get a queue relative command that would be a separate command that would queue a specified number of units. And I also think that maybe there should be a small random range possible in case you wanted to do a random amount, like between 6 and 8 Zerglings instead of always 6, or something like that. But those are small additions that can be added as time goes on. I think as a basis, this is really strong. Yeah, in maths you'd round up after 0.5, or 0.5 and above. But I know that 0.5 rounds down. I just don't know if beyond that it rounds up. I think maybe it always rounds down because of how iQuare made it. Which is fine, I guess. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm just glad it supports decimals at all, because that's a big deal. Well, you can't. I guess you could specify percentage of money, but because you can't actually know how much money the AI has when you're writing a script, I don't think that would be particularly useful. The specifying money part. Specifying composition seems like it's basically just what we're doing with these attack add relatives, but I guess it's like a more higher level system or something. I mean, you can make it so that some parts of the AI's attack composition code only requests units if the requisite amount of money is met. Like, I guess if there was some sort of conditional to increase or well, actually, that might be something interesting. So you might be able to add a field to attack add relative that would increase or decrease the number of requested units by a certain factor based on every X amount of resources that you have. So I guess it would just be an increase. You would start out with a flat rate. So say I always want at least 2 Zerglings from every single hatchery. And then when I see that the AI has, like, for every 200 minerals that they have left after the initial requests, they should increase that by another set of 2 Zerglings per hatchery. And that set of 2 Zerglings per hatchery, so it would be like number of production structures times 2, and then like divided by, or it would be multiplied by the AI's resource stockpile of minerals divided by 200, and that multiplication or that factor or whatever would end up being the new like addition of Zerglings requested. Well, you could tie it to the cost of the unit, but the reason I would suggest it being higher is that they don't overspend and have nothing left over. So I guess that just means you'd have to have a floor where the AI should not spend down to like its last 100 minerals and gas on attacking units. And you can specify the floor in the configuration of the command. Yeah, that seems like it would be best used for the new AI system that iQuare has been talking about for a while that he wants to work on. To me, it seems like that would be a better fit for there. But it sounds like it's possible to implement now. I don't know the ins and outs of Rust, obviously. So... Well, I don't know if it's that. It might also just be that there's a bit of a language barrier. Oh. There we go. Had to do that one. Yeah, Ultralisks. I don't know why, but I've been cucked. I've been corona'd. I don't think I actually have the coronavirus. Pretty sure I'm fine. Just a really annoying, anything that fucks with my voice is always going to be frustrating for me because I do a lot of talking, as you guys well know. Wow, I did a lot of staging for these guys. Cool. I already did that. Yeah, that's more what I meant. I think you usually understand me fine, assuming I'm actually explaining myself properly. But as long as you're willing to explain yourself more than a few times until I can understand what you're saying, I don't see a problem. What are the, like, I have a feeling C++ is chosen mostly because of its performance over its like speed or whatever. Like, speed in machine context is good. Speed when it comes to writing it seems pretty bad. But again, I'm coming at it from a layman's perspective. All right, see you later, Connor. Thanks for popping in. So how do you feel about your full toilet submission? Mr. Vic. Yeah, I was terrible. Ah, shit. What happened? Oh, wow, this is a super old system. Holy fuck. I do think it was a pretty big improvement from that map. Though I still think one of the things that both maps suffered from, in my opinion, was a sort of lack of direction for the player. I kind of took the easy way out by just revealing that shit on the map. Like the Fog of War lair, I just revealed the starting location of the nearest enemies. What? Your full toilet submission or infested installation? What's up, Samson? Let me get you the song name. There you go. Dropped you a link. This kind of reminds me of the beta Terran music from like Brood War beta or alpha Terran music. It's like it's slower than the alpha Terran music, but it's there. What is tracker music? What's that? Hold on, I gotta go find the alpha music. Maybe I can find it when I search beta instead of alpha. That's not the music. That's my stomach rumbling, I think. Wait, where is it? I saw something that sort of looked like it, but I don't think that's real. What's this one? Oh, I know what this one is. That's not what I was looking for. Bill Roper, by the way. That's not it either. Well, I can't find it. It's over. But there's one. It's like do 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 do. Boop doom boom doom boom doom. It's like that. It's pretty epic. You get a lot of really strange results when you search that stuff up on YouTube. Oh, I see. Yeah, that would make sense because of like the age from which these places existed. Like these games were made in an older age, so. Alright, iQuare sent me some stuff. Time to compile. Oops. I feel like I should get into the Unreal soundtracks, to be honest. Old game music seems like it's much more banging than new game music. Though I did feel like, surprisingly, the Halo 4 soundtrack had a little bit of character to it. I actually thought it was way better than some of the earlier Halo games. even though it was a different guy. Like Martin O'Donnell obviously has a very trademark sound that he made for Halo, but I never felt like it left that or evolved past that too much. Whereas the Halo 4 stuff was very distinct by comparison, so I thought that was pretty neat. But I haven't really listened to anything since then. What's up, Ikeweir? Yeah, I'll. You did message me about the Aatrox stuff. I can grab those, and I'll grab the other Outlive assets at some point, probably over the next day or two, assuming I have the time. Alright. I'll test that out in a sec. Well, I do think old games definitely had more character. It's like a bunch of oddball decisions that you would never see made in the modern industry. I mean, I do think that part of the reason why old games have more character and seem more unique or actualized, like more like an actual idea that somebody had, is because that's really the case. Like, it wasn't a bunch of shit that was designed by committee with the idea that they would engineer it to be the most like, what's the term? I feel like a lot of games nowadays, they're engineered to be as accessible as possible, to reach as many people as possible. And you can't do that and still expect like a singular vision to come out of that, right? It's like, I do genuinely think that if you want something that is financially successful, there's a lot of compromises you have to make to an artistic vision that would otherwise make it more niche. And nobody was really getting into game development back in like the 80s and 90s thinking that they were going to make it big. I don't think so anyway. It was very much like a Wild West environment. It still is in terms of the lawlessness, but it was more so, like, it was just less organized back then. And so people really had the freedom and the ability to work in some stuff without as much of the whole like investor breathing down your neck shit going on. Right, yeah. Exactly. So as far as the day-night cycle goes, I don't think it's really that terrible. I would like it to be an interactive element, and it isn't. Like, players can do something to bring about nighttime. The closest thing you get to that is the Moonstone for the Night Elves. Obviously, that's just pushing a button for 50 gold, so I don't really view that as extremely interactive. I would prefer a decision-making element to be related to that, as opposed to, like, it just being this game event that occurs forever, every single time, at the same time. I guess it's still something you can build strategies around, but I also don't like that it changes stats when, like, some units can only regenerate at night, some units can only hide at night, some units obviously see much worse at night. I think without the visibility change, it would be fine. I guess it would just be a gimmick for the Night Elves. But the fact that it's the way it is pretty dumb. What has happened to my voice? I'm just sick, dude. I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna do the attacks for these guys. Right. Yeah, it just comes down to it not being very like, what's the term? You don't get a huge boon from doing it in ways that in my opinion, like, when it's impactful, it's not really because a player made a decision. Yes. You're probably the only one here that would ever do that. I guess you could, as a side project for Mapcrap, you could remake Warcraft 3 in Starcraft. So that's basically what you've already started to do. I actually think the Rawkin are pretty cool. But none of them were very well finished, unfortunately. Yeah, exactly. So I guess undead are Zerg, right? What about the night elves? Are the night elves just going to be not existent? I think that would be better if they just didn't exist. TBH. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Finally. That is done. I'm not sure if there's anything else that needs to be done for these guys. I didn't do any ad builds for them yet. Like I was saying earlier, that would be something that I would add later. You. I see what you're saying, Iquer. This is a good excuse to get all those things made. So for lacking direction, I just mean that, like... So, something that I like to do in the early stages of a map is provide the player with knowledge of at least one enemy force that is present on the map, and they have at least some idea of what the direction they need to take to attack that enemy. I also generally like to leave the map open-ended enough that they can also scout around, find more enemies, find expansions, find other tactical locations along the way. So ideally, they would be able to scout out and find a bunch of stuff like that, like expansions and whatnot, pathways, entrances to their bases, and figure out where their sphere of influence begins and ends. I do this in Vzerga 1 by having Zaz, or I used to do this when Zaz was still around. Zaz would run in and attack this base initially, so you would see this on your minimap because Zaz would attack it so early. There's no way for me to do that organically anymore because Zaz isn't around, which is a challenge, but I can figure out how exactly I want that to be resolved. Certainly in the briefing I will be mentioning that Terrans exist. I don't think I'll be referencing Protoss, and their inclusion will be a surprise. In your map, while the AI, I think the first attack that Bear Blower sends is... they send an attack to the Protoss on the middle right. That Protoss is not really in danger of attacking the player. Not nearly as much of danger as the Terrans that are in closer proximity to the player. So even though that gives the player some direction, it is at best misleading, and at worst, well, it's at worst misleading, because the player will then try to focus their efforts on the Protoss. Or it's, at best just something that they ignore, because it's not going to add very much tactical value to their experience. Whereas they really want to secure their own borders and get expansions down and stuff. So you could probably have had some dialogue event happen where the leader of the Green Terrans attacks Bearblower's base, and Bearblower references the approximate location, or you just have the player assume that based on the trajectory that the green units took to get into Bearblower's base. You can also just have an AI attack the player early on with a certain unit. And it'd be like a scouting party or something. And that will also help to bridge the gap in a little bit. But the bottom line is you need to give the player some understanding of where the most immediate threat is. Or you don't need to, but I think it's better that way. Especially for players who are first starting out. So hopefully that gave you some understanding, or helped explain my position better, at the very least. To your credit, it's something that is relatively difficult to divine. YouTube, bitty buddy. So I haven't done the translation of the Sienna AI yet, but literally every other AI is done. I also fixed the stacking expansion bug earlier, and hopefully the Vorvaling bug is also resolved. But yeah, what I was saying earlier, Veek, to your credit, trying to understand what a map looks like from somebody else's perspective when you are not anybody else is very difficult. Why is there a nuclear silo there? So yeah, that's something that is going to take a little bit of time to figure out. You got to try to analyze a map, especially if it's something like, for example, you go back to, okay, so like obviously later on this month I'm going to be working on Inconsummate. I don't know if I explained to you the way, like how the whole testing process for that goes, but I'm literally going to finish the entire campaign and then deploy the whole thing for the testers to play for about a week or two, then take in their feedback, make changes, do another pass if necessary, and then release it. So the final like testing pass is probably going to be about a month long of just testing and iterating and smoothing out issues. So by the time I hand this stuff to them, I've worked on it for a few months at least, and I'll have some idea of what the meta is for each map because I'll have played it, but I won't know how another player looks at it. I won't know how other players view the project and what they think about the whole thing. And it'll be a long fucking time before I really do know that. You know, I can estimate, I can make guesses, but at the end of the day, it's not easy to go from there. See you later, Samson. This is a good track. I like this. What is this? A good start. Okay, kind of losing me, but holy fucking 5 zealots, by the way. Nice. I like that opener. He had a 6th one he didn't take with him for some reason. Hi. So obviously this is the creep colony bug here. I'll just have to delete that creep colony so that they just build it. They don't just get cucked. I kind of like that the first attack is actually the Protoss, but I don't know. I feel like there should be an early strike of Marines from Scarlet to try to like just bum rush the upper player. Yeah, I'm coroned, bro. Well, the creep colony bug is still kicking my ass, so I have to delete that. I'll just pre-place an extra drone for that guy, I guess. I still have to add the rest of the changes to the other AIs. Or rather the Sienna AI. But I just finished giving Scarlet a makeover in that sense, and I hope that it works out. We're about to see. Cucked. It doesn't look like the Zerg are actually building units with attack add relative. I'm assuming they just can't figure out how to do it. Because Mixer knows what's up. Hi. Hey. You can't do that. 14 kill Hierophant, by the way. What? I don't even understand how that one's powered. Blown the fuck out, bro. Tasagi. I forgot to request Templar Archives for one of them. What is this fucking tag team? Blasted. Hi. Oh shit. Where's the new... This is bullying. You can't do that. I can't believe it. How mean. How rude. I can't tell if they went Stargate or Reaver. It looks like Stargate so far. Aha, the spin. The spinning has begun. Oh, it's Stargate. We're gonna see some carriers, boys. Check me out. Bullied. Ahmed online. Why do people say Dark Souls RTS? Dark Souls isn't even hard. It's just a baby game. Well, the fleet beacon's out. Dude, this strat is going to execute the Terrans. Holy moly. Meanwhile, this guy's trying to defend himself still somehow. Has not been executed. I think that the Ultramarine Protoss can 1v2. I'm almost certain they can. They have so much money if they mine from all three of their bases without any interruption. Spin. Oh yeah. Here it comes. Destroyed. Dude, the number of units that have like run in here trying to defend themselves. Brutal. Oh, they have a single scout. It's over now. Well, no, I mean, Dark Souls does kill the player. That is true. But Dark Souls itself, it's not like the game is challenging you and you're failing a challenge. You know what I mean? It's just cheap. It's made by people who think that killing a player makes a game. Prankers. Hello? Expansion time. Tank time. Mega tank time. Right now they have what, 2, 6, 8, yeah, 8 right now. Nuke my own tank time. Nuke my entire army time. Oh man. Bye. This is still a pretty big army. I don't know where his fucking air units are though. Here we go. We're getting somewhere now. Aha! Oh. Fuck, I didn't make the +4 starting interceptors yet. Pranker. IMO. Well, he's got some carriers. He just needs to make some interceptors for him. Utterly evacuated from this reality. It's okay. He's fomenting his return. Oh, nice. You know, sometimes you just need to robotic support bays. Most of them are blinking. He's getting a ninth one right now. A ninth Stargate. See ya, nerd. Oh, there's a medic there. See me, nerd. Eviscerated. I don't know what that even means, RS. If you don't know what Starcraft is, you are in the wrong stream, my man. Nuking again over here. Epic. Oh, this is pretty cool. Nice dynamic event. Slowly bunker creeping. No problem. Maybe he should have gone Reaver. This is a slow burn, though. He could end up pulling this back. I haven't seen much from Scarlet. He might be bugged or something. This is pretty epic, though. But on the other side, not looking too hot over here. What is this, 4 or 5 carriers? I can't tell. Looks like 4 right now. He's got more on the way, probably. As dangerous as this is, I don't think it's going to be enough to completely crack the base here. Especially with only +1 weapons. This is a little ambitious of him to attack into the entire fucking hornet's nest over here. Oh, that's nothing. You should see what happens when he goes Reaver. He builds like 15 gateways over here. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, yeah, I think the Reaver build order is always going to be better. Oh, he's already building a lot of gateways over here. How the fuck has this base not been kicked out yet? What the fuck?
Glory to Satan, the Antichrist. And now you are one of
Ugh. Killed the ghost. It's worthwhile. Okay, we're getting +2. Oh, we have +2. We're getting +3 now, I think. Oh boy. Wow. Better watch the fuck out, man. I see one forge spinning. That's probably +3 weapons for ground units, which will also be pretty important. This isn't flickering, and we still don't have scout speed or carrier capacity, so I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, this AI has 2 different pathways that it takes, basically, as far as tech is concerned. So, I'll fast forward here a little bit. Oh. Well, let me fix all the stuff that I already fixed. Save all those changes. And then I'll boot it up again. Oops. It's kind of rude, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. They should have gotten their request. I don't know what happened there. Alright, these Zerg rather did not fall over like clowns, so that's cool. Speed things up a little bit here. I just want to see what strat they've picked. Oh no, 3. I think I still lose the game if that goes down, so... It might be Stargate again here. Yeah, it's Stargate. Bullied. Okay, bye. Oh, that's a bug. Yeah, I think with the Zerg to keep the Terrans more in check, the Protoss are definitely more of a threat in the mid-game. Already hitting that +1 timing for air, though, is pretty good. They seem to have done better with the upgrades this time. So far. Oof. Ah, yes, the classic bunker flyover strategy. Hi. Just rain on your parade, why don't I? It's raining broodlings. annihilated. Hi. What the fuck? Four bases is scary. I don't care what composition they're running. Oh, hi. We heard you like Zerglings. What do you guys think? Is that enough Zerglings? Utterly gutted. Holy shit, is that his first engineering bay? Something is wrong there. Alright, let's count the Stargates this time. We got 4, 8, 10, 11. 11 Stargates so far. I'm expecting... Oh wait, did I count that one? 12. 12 Stargates so far. Expecting more soon. Oh, hi. We've got Zerglings too, by the way. They're starting to hit critical mass. There's no fucking way they're gonna glass this whole planet. The amount of shit that they've got in the back pocket. Holy shit. Alright. It's looking like a good attack to me. All 3 forges working. I don't see a temple. Oh, Temple Archives right there. Nice. Okay. Zerg are their chosen target? I suppose it makes sense. Fucking bye. What do you do against this? And this rolls up into your front door. This will kill players, man. This is going to murder people. And this is before I make it so that their upgrades are respectable too. They should have way higher priority on their +2. But this is admittedly off of 4 bases. Like, if the AI has 4 bases, you deserve to lose. How could you give them 4 bases, you lunatic? I like every larva possible. Well, somehow they held off the first assault. Hydras are here to try to contend. I don't know how successful that's going to be. Doesn't look like very. Yeah, this base is lost. This should be lost. There shouldn't be any way. Oh, Scourge are here, maybe. Maybe there's a way. Alright, carriers are withdrawing, it looks like. But that was an insane blow to their numbers, man. Still just a measly +1, but both cyber cores are spinning, so we know they're getting somewhere. Oh! They're withdrawing because they have another attack force. Bye! There's no Goliaths. There's nothing. They're fucked. They have one Goliath. It's over. Yeah, exactly. Except it's a bit more than 2 Mutalisks now. Zergling Rush. It's Ling-tastic. Holy shit, the balls. TBH. Executed. Signifying. By the way, they still don't have anything from the fleet beacon. Maybe I disabled those. I don't know. I don't think I would have, though. Why would I have? Executed. Meanwhile. What the fuck? He actually just Zerglinged him. Zerg here. Yeah, that's a bunch of dead Hydras. I'm afraid they're going to need more Stargates. Wow, they're actually, well, this base is in enemy territory. I wouldn't expect it to stay alive for very long. They have all these carriers over here they can pivot back to if they feel the need to. So what do you think, Ultralisks? Blown. Bear blown. Oof. Ah. Dude, he's actually going to get another base set up. What a lunatic. Maybe not so much. I don't know. Hi. He ran out of money, I think. Or he's running dry anyway. It looks like it. Oh, he's got money, never mind. It's just AFKing right now, I guess. Why does he just close his mouth every time? I can't believe it. Wraiths actually 1v1 Hydras? Oh, speaking of Hydra. Won't get anything done, but cool. Oh no. What the fuck? Excuse me? Dude, the whole left side of the map is covered in creep. Oh, okay. Reasonable amount of evolution chambers over there. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to get those upgrades. Maybe they don't have them requested, though. I'll take a look later. Oh, you're probably thinking of the Med Bay. It's a Terran add-on. DF did the model for it. That was back in the Stormborn development. Yeah, the barracks probably got destroyed, if I had to guess. Yeah, exactly. If my AI really did that once, I would just assume it was sentient. It really had figured out how to meme me. Not only was it sentient, it had a really funny sense of humor. That's like the scariest part. You know what I mean? All right, I'll be right back. I got to use the bathroom and all that stuff. I'll get another music thing set up for you guys, and I shall return. All right. Glad I came back to read that message. Those messages. I should add build command center nuclear silo. That is a good idea. If the AI floats a ton of money, they should just build more nukes. Yeah. Eventually we'll fix that. I have no idea when exactly. Yeah. It would be nice. It would be a lot of fun. Rasta love. Imagine being called Rasta love. Just kidding, man. If you're watching, big kisses. Thanks for the support. Mwah. So, guess it's time. Figure out what's wrong with Scarlet and implement the new shit for whatever it's called. All the new AI systems and stuff. Oh. That's a bug. I hope I kick this, whatever this sickness is soon. I don't even really feel that bad, it's just my voice is shot to shit for some reason. I don't know why they don't ever use Shaman or anything like that either, actually. Come to think of it. Alright. Priority this stuff here. Okay. That is something that I may have fucked up here, is I may have put ATK prep before ATK rand somewhere. Here I didn't do it. No, well, that is a bug. Maybe that caused it. The Scarlet going to sleep bug. Well, they got their engineering bay more appropriately, though they were slow on the draw to get tanks out. So I have to fix the early stages. Fairly late expansion, but it is what it is. Beaver time, boys. I don't know what the fuck's happening out there, but... things seem to be going fairly functionally. Though I'm not really seeing this AI attack anymore, so there might still be a bug in the attack system. Yeah. Alright, well, I'll take a look at that tomorrow or later on today. I gotta get ready for Friday night, which is in about 45 minutes. So, see you guys there.